Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how to make a Master Ball from Pokemon, and I realized that a couple of my charms are from Pokemon, so I decided to make a Pokemon series. So anyways, so for about the charm, I got the shape from Tutorials by A, but everything else was by me. The pattern to look like the Master Ball, and how to apply this nose thing to the charm. So yeah, but if you don't want to apply that, then this is how it will look. I forgot to mention that, as you can see, it is 3D, but it also bounces. So the things you'll need is a loom, a hook, 2 pink rubber bands. I'm using jelly today. You will also need 6 black rubber bands, a clear rubber band to hold our charm, but you could also use pink if you don't have a clear rubber band. You will need 10 purple rubber bands. Today I'm using jelly. You'll also need 16 white rubber bands and a few purple and white rubber bands to fill in our ball. So it's going to be bouncy, and it gives this this shape, a round shape. So let's get started. So we're going to first change the position of our loom. So we're going to make sure the arrows are pointing at you, and then we're going to pop out middle row. And we're going to put it away. And then we're going to take the bottom base off. So there's six pegs that we're going to use, 3 on the right side and 3 on the left side. And make sure that the reason we take the base off is because it might go under. Okay, so let's get started now. Okay, so the first thing we're going to make is the nose. I did this on my Pokeball charm, but then I tried it again, and my rubber band started to break. Kept on trying, rubber band started to break, and then I figured out a different technique. So if you are the person who were doing the Pokeball charm and the rubber bands kept on breaking to make this, then you can do this is going to be a different technique. So you're going to find 3 pegs, then we're taking 2 white rubber bands, going on the second peg. So I'm going to use these 3 pegs, and then I'm going to just take 2 rubber bands and wrapping it around 4 times. And 4. Then I'm going to grab 1 white rubber band, and then I'm going to take my hook in the cat band. Okay, so we're going to take the white rubber band. You're going to put it around the peg that's right next to it. Then you're going to grab it. You're going to take it inside the cat band. And then you're going to just put it back onto that peg. What we did there. Just like that. Then you're going to do that again. But this one is going to be a bit more trickier. So we're going to take a single white rubber band, put it around the peg that's right on top of that peg. Then you're grabbing it and hooking it on your hook. Then taking it around. Then hooking it back onto the peg. This is what it should look like. Then we are going to take the bottom layer, we're going to put it over. Take the bottom layer and put it over. And then give it a tug. Okay? And then take it off the real Loom. And then put it somewhere else. Just put it away for now. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take one white rubber band and I'm going to take it from the first peg and then crossing it over to make an infinite sign, taking it to the other side on the third peg, which looks something like that. Now I'm going to take two more rubber bands and I'm going to take it from the first peg into the third peg on the other side. So first time we did that was on left to the right, and then we did right to the left. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing. So take two rubber bands, but we're going to go across from the second peg on the right side to the second peg on the on the left side. And make sure you cross it so it's an infinite sign. So it should look kind of like a snowflake. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to push it down. We're going to start grabbing one rubber band. So I'm grabbing one white rubber band. I'm taking it horizontally to the right. First peg on the right side to the left. First peg. Then I'm going to go vertically up on the left side, and then I'm going to do that again. Then I'm going to take to the third peg, and I'm taking it to the peg that's right beside it on the other side. Then I'm going to take it vertically down on the right side. Which looks something like this. So right after you do that, we're going to do the hooking part. So there's going to be two white rubber bands on the bottom. You're going to grab those two white rubber bands and you're going to put it over. Do that same thing on the other side, on the other peg. Bottom two, put it over. Bottom two, put it over. Then bottom two, put it over. Bottom two, put it over. Then bottom two and put it over. So once we put all the bottom two rubber bands over the pegs, there should be two rubber bands on the peg. Now we're going to change to our next color, which is black. Then we're going to do the same order. We're taking the black and we're putting it horizontal to the first peg on the left side to the right. Then on the left side, take it vertically up. Then take it horizontally third peg on the left to the right. Then vertically down on the right side. And then there's going to be 2 white rubber bands on the bottom. So like last time. We're going to take those 2 white rubber bands, and those are the white rubber bands, putting them over. And the white rubber band and putting them over the bottom 2 white rubber bands, and then putting them over. And bottom 2 white rubber bands, putting them over. Okay, so again, on all the pegs, right after you put the rubber bands over them, the bottom 2 rubber bands over it, then there should be 2 black rubber bands on all the pegs. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take the nose, what we made, right over here. We're going to go on the right side. Remember, the right side. We're going to take one of the we're going to take one of the rubber bands, one of the rubber bands. Then I'm going to put it on the first peg on the right side, putting it over 3 times. So I'm going to do that again on the other side then. 3 times. And then I'm going to push the middle. And I'm going to push it to, so it will be on the middle peg, right over here. On the side of the middle peg. So once we apply the nose, we're going to take our next color, which is purple, and we're going to take it horizontally, and we're going to do the same thing, like the same way that we did before. Okay, so once we do that, we're going to do the hooking process. So we usually grab the bottom 2 rubber bands, but since on the right side, since we put the nose there, we're going to grab the bottom 4 rubber bands, or like the white rubber bands and the black rubber bands. And we're putting them over. And then on the second peg that's on the right side, we're just grabbing the bottom 2 black rubber bands, and we're putting it over, but make sure you put it around the white, that nose part, and then you're putting it over. Then I'm going to do what we did on the first peg on the right side. So grab the white and black rubber band, we're just putting them over. And now when you go on the left side, it's just normal. So we're grabbing the bottom 2 black rubber band and putting them over. Just like that. Now we're going to grab the pink rubber band, and we're taking it horizontally to the first peg on the left and to the first peg on the right. Then we're grabbing we're grabbing purple, and we're taking it vertically up on the left side, doing that 2 times, and then we're grabbing the pink again, taking it horizontally on the third peg on the left, and then the third peg on the right. So we're technically we're doing the same, doing the same thing, but we're just changing the color. Okay, and then you're taking purple and just putting it vertically down. So we're grabbing a pink, so we grabbed a pink and we're taking it horizontally on the first peg, and then we're grabbing a purple and we're taking it vertically up 2 times on the left side, and then we're grabbing a pink, the pink rubber band, and we're taking it horizontally horizontally on the third peg on the left to the right, and then taking a purple and taking it vertically down 2 times. And this is how it looks like. Then we're going to do regular hookings. So we're going to grab the bottom 2 purples rubber bands in each of the pegs. So I did that on the left and on the right. Then we're going on the second peg on the right, and what we're going to do is make sure this is at the bottom, and the bottom 2 purple bands are above the nose. This is probably like the trickiest part, because you have to be really careful. Alright, and then we're just putting them over the peg. And we're not putting it around this. We're not putting it around purple. We're just ignoring it, and we're just putting it over the peg. And then we're going to grab the bottom 2 purples and just putting it over. Bottom 2 purples, putting them over. Okay? Just like that. And now what we're going to do is grab a purple, and we're just putting it around all 6 pegs. Just like that. And then we are taking the few rubber bands, are taking the whites, and then we're putting them in first. In. And then we're taking the purple, and we're putting them in. Then we're putting them in. Just stuff it in there. Okay? Then you can hold it down, and then what we're going to do is grab the bottom 2 rubber bands and putting them over. And when we go to the second peg that's on the right side, again, we're ignoring the nose. We're just pushing it down. We're grabbing the 2 purples. And we're just putting them over the peg. And just putting the bottom 2 rubber bands over. Okay? So that's what we did. Now we're going to grab on from one of the corners. We're just putting them to the center in the middle, the second peg that's on the right side. We're just putting them over that peg, grabbing it from one of the corners and then putting it over. This is if you want to stuff. Now you can stuff more in, because it gives you more access to it. Okay, and then we're good. Now we're going on the left side. I don't want to fill out side. And we're taking it from one of the corners, and we're taking it to the right side in the center row. Center peg, which is the second peg. Stuff one right in there. Make that two actually in there. Okay, and now we are just grabbing it from the second row that's on the left side and taking it on the second row that's on the right side. Doing that. Just doing that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to push this nose down. Then we're going to take our hook and we're going to go in and we're going to push back all the purple rubber bands. Then I'm going to grab the clear rubber band. Taking it through and then putting it on the hook and then putting on the top layer, that's the rubber band that's on the top, putting it through the bottom layer, giving it a tug, and then we're going to remove it off of the loom. So if you want, you can use the hook. It is a bit tricky to take it off. And then just like that. So you're going to stretch it, play around with it. We're going to squeeze it like that from the top to the bottom, just shaping it to become round, which looks something like this.
Thank you for watching. Feel free to request a design in the comments and I'll see if I can make a tutorial on it. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye. Love the loom.